strong and free. Africa is our own motherland, fashioned with and blessed by God's good hands. Let us, all her people, join as one, brothers under the sun. Oh, one, strong and free, one land and one nation is our cry. Dignity and peace neath Zambia's sky, like our noble eagle in its flight. Zambia, praise to thee. Oh, one, strong and free, praise be to God. Bless our great nation. Free men we stand under the flag of our land. Zambia, praise to thee. Oh, one, strong and free.
We remain upstanding for the prayer and we invite Mwikisa.
As we pray, we like to call upon and light the spirit of debate, which calls for intellectuality and critical thinking so that we can all be learned and get something at the end of the day. Our eyes are closed as we pray. Oh Lord, we pray for your blessings and glory to preside over this house. We pray that, oh God, today might not just be a rare day, but be a day of intellectuality, where we can see and view others using different perspectives. May we get to learn more of things that we get not to see on a daily basis. But, oh Lord, may we get us to interact, and at the end of the day, may this program just flow and flourish in your hands, and glory be glorified to whoever we cherish as the winner of these events. We put this prayer into your holy hands. Amen.
I'm sure we could be seated now. A big hand to the powerful gentlemen. They've done very well. We appreciate and we want to welcome each one of you to this powerful event, the debate between Mulungushi University and the Malcom Teachers College. I'm sure without wasting much of time, I'm sure the introduction for the judges will be done when we call upon the moderator. But now I'm sure we could call upon the Dean of Students, Dr. Daniel Mauzu, to officially open this powerful function. Thereafter, you call Madam Dingase to come and say some powerful words, remarks. So let's welcome the Dean of Students as he opens the powerful function. Dr. Daniel Mauzu, we appreciate so much to allow us to have this function. Doc.
Greetings to all of you. I'll read a speech which was supposed to be read by the Vice Chancellor. Officials from Central Province, if they are here, officials from Security Exchange Committee, members of staff, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to all participants, students, judges, and representatives from the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Capital Markets Association of Zambia, and Zambia Colleges Universities Debate Association. Mulungushi University is honored to host this event, which I believe will culminate into a national debate. The World Investor Week is a global campaign aimed at enhancing investment, education, and product protection. Financial literacy, dear guests, is critical in empowering individuals to make informed decisions about savings, investing, and planning for the future. By participating in this debate, students are not only enhancing their understanding of capital markets, but also meeting the aspirations of the national strategy on financial education and the financial inclusion strategy, which aims to help all Zambians become financially well off. This debate serves a platform to encourage young people to think critically about investment opportunities, especially in the areas of digital finance, sustainable finance, and protecting themselves from fraud. Today's debate is an important step towards creating knowledgeable citizens who understand the dynamics of capital markets and the broader financial sector. The winners of this provincial debate will have the honor of representing Central Province in the national grand finale, where the best minds from across Zambia will converge. I wish to extend gratitude to the Securities and Exchange Commission for sponsoring this important initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, the Securities and Exchange Commission is committed to promoting financial literacy across Zambia as part of their mandate, and this debate is one of many activities being conducted under World Investor Week 2024. As I conclude my remarks, let me emphasize that through this debate, participants are not just competing, they are shaping themselves to become future leaders in Zambia's economic development. And I therefore encourage you participants to take these lessons beyond the debate and apply them in your personal activities. Last but not least, without being selfish, between Malcom Moffat College of Education and Mulungushi University, it is simply my sincere hope that Central Province will be well represented in the national finals by the winners from today's debates. With these few remarks, it's my pleasure to officially open this event. I thank you.
A powerful speech, but before you go, Doc, you will invite Madam Dingase, Manager Development, Securities and Exchange Commission. So I've invited the powerful lady on the Doc's behalf. So let's welcome the powerful lady, Madam Dingase.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I feel like one of those primary school teachers, teachers day to day, and we are saying, good morning, pupils. It feels great to be in such an audience with really great and smart minds. My name is Dingase. Nunkwe Makumba, Manager Market Development for the Securities and Exchange Commission, which has proudly sponsored this event. The Vice Chancellor, Mulungushi University, represented by Professor Daniel Mauzu, the Student Councillor and Patron, Mr. Titon Chipulu, the matrons and patrons from the debating teams, Mulungushi University and Malcom Moffat College of Education, esteemed judges, students and media here present, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I say good morning, everyone, and I welcome you to the National Capital Markets Debate Competition held as part of the World Investor 2024 commemorations. Very soon, we'll go into explaining what the World Investor Week is all about so that we can all appreciate why and what we are doing here. So it is my honor to have you all here as we witness this exciting and impactful initiative which is aimed at fostering financial education and awareness. The World Investor Week is a global public awareness campaign led by the IOSCO. IOSCO stands for the International Organization of Securities Commissions. And as you are aware, and I'm sure you are aware, that the Securities and Exchange Commission is the regulator of the capital markets in Zambia. Capital markets form part of the financial sector in the country. The world, where was I? Yeah, so here in Zambia, the SEC, which is the Securities and Exchange Commission, is responsible for spearheading the coordinating world investor activities. As we speak, or as you can tell from the word itself, world, these kinds of activities are happening worldwide, all over the globe. So here in Zambia, the SEC, which is a member body of IOSCO, the international organization, is spearheading the events, and we're not doing it alone. We do it alongside all stakeholders, and you people here are our stakeholders, and we hope that together we can at least increase the volume on what a smart investor should be, and all the concerns that come along with investing. So we joined the IOSCO World Investor Week in 2017 when it was started for the very first time. We started our membership to IOSCO was formalized in 2019, but before that we had been actually associated and affiliated to them. So when they came up with the initiative for creating awareness for investors, we tagged along immediately in 2017, and since then we have been commemorating or celebrating this World Investor Week religiously. This year's theme, we heard from Professor that it's talking to very important thematic areas, which is technology and digital finance, crypto assets, and sustainable finance. These have been localized under the theme, Be a Smart Investor, learn more about digital finance, sustainable finance, and avoid fraud and scam. I'm sure already you can relate with the themes. So they are thought-provoking topics that our debaters will tackle throughout this competition. And I'm sure we'll learn more from their smart minds. They'll be basically telling us, diving deeper into the topic, dissecting every aspect of what these topics mean, and I hope that we all come out as very learned people. What we're doing is in line with the National Strategy on Financial Education, a government initiative. We are targeting a diverse audience from children and youths to adults, ensuring that the campaign has cross-cutting relevance. One of our flagship initiatives for engaging the youth is this same National Capital Markets Debate Competition, which we have organized in partnership with the Zambia Universities and Colleges Debaters Association, ZUCODA. This competition is designed to challenge and inspire our young leaders yourselves to think critically about the financial world and its future. Today's provincial debate will see Mulungushi University compete against Malcom Moffat Teaching College. The winners will advance to the national finals, which will be held in Mansa in the Luapula province, where they will compete for the national title and get a chance to win exciting prizes. At the sake, we believe that, At the sake, we believe that this debate competition is more than just a contest. It is an opportunity to cultivate a deeper understanding of capital markets and the critical role they play in our economy. We are excited to see how today's discussions will inspire fresh ideas and innovative thinking in the field. I would like to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to Mulungushi University for graciously hosting today's provincial debate. Thank you, sir. Your support is instrumental in making this event a success, and we are deeply appreciative of your role in creating this platform for young minds to engage in critical discussions on capital markets. With that, I would like to say best of luck to our participants. May your arguments be compelling, your insight thought-provoking, and your enthusiasm for the subject matter contagious to everyone. I thank you all.
That's a small hand. Let's give the powerful lady a big round of applause. Yes, yes. We appreciate indeed. And for you for having come, a big yourselves. You are a wonderful audience. We are about to enjoy the battle of wits. We will now invite the presenter from the Capital Markets Association. Let's welcome the powerful gentleman, Mr. Zuru. He told me the name yesterday. I'm sure I'm right. Let's welcome Mr. Zuru. A big hand. Once it's done, then we'll go into the debate.
Good morning. Is it good afternoon, everyone? I would like to write on the protocols earlier observed. My name is Mwangazulu from the Capital Markets Association of Zambia. So I'm going to give an address on what capital markets are, the opportunities that are found in the capital markets, and which programs that our students you can pursue if you are to work either at Security and Exchange Commission or at the Capital Markets Association of Zambia or in the capital market space in general. Thank you. So first I'll give a definition what capital markets is. So capital markets are simply financial markets where buying and selling of long-term and short-term debt instruments are sold. So these debt instruments are divided into, we have what we call primary and secondary markets, which are subdivided in subgroups, bond market as well as stocks. So as earlier alluded, I come from Capital Markets Association of Zambia, which is an association that was mandated by Security and Exchange Commission to spearhead or to give direction to all market players. So some of the market players that we have under capital markets, the investment side of businesses, for example, Zanacos is the investment side. So the investment side, before they get a license from a Security and Exchange Commission, they'll be required to get certification from Capital Markets Association of Zambia. So our mandate is to certify all would-be investors before they get a license for them to start trading as investors. So just a caution to those who might be intending to invest, you need to be able to know if this institution is registered. So some of those information can be accessed either on the website for Security and Exchange Commission. They will tabulate all the institutions that are registered for that particular year. So if they bring an investment proposal, should be able first to ask is this institution registered? So the procedure for registration is first they need to acquire a certification from Capital Markets Association of Zambia, and then they are given a license by Securities and Exchange Commission once they meet all the requisites that are required for them to trade as investors. So the Capital Markets Association of Zambia was registered in 2016. So some of the mandates that were initially carried out by Securities and Exchange Commission were accorded to Capital Markets Association of Zambia, just to make sure there's efficiency and there's professional conduct among capital market players. So it was established in 2016 under the Act of Securities and Exchange Act number 41 of 2016. So the Capital Markets Association is run by executive team, so which can be accessed on our website. So the executive team, these individuals who are working in the capital market space, meaning they have daytime jobs. So for the qualification for these individuals, they need first to be active members or investment advisors who are licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission, and of course certified first by the capital markets for them to be a part of the team. So the capital market space is divided in two folds. There's a part that deals in shares, which is mainly regulated by the Lusaka and Securities and Exchange. And for investors, they're regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is the overall board mandated to protect the interest of the investors and the would-be investors. So some of the investment options that you can find on the market are listed in this diagram here. We have mutual funds, we have stocks, bonds, real estate investment, trustees, exchange bonds, and so these are just a few among the investment options that you can find on the market for individuals that might be interested to take up some investment. So investment, if you have excess funds, so you have options to invest in these options that are given. So different investment, they've got a different interest that you accrue. So investment is a long-term arrangement. So for example, they are divided into 6 months, 12 months, for you to reap back whatever you invested. For example, if you invest 2,500, so you want it to trade for 6 months. So there are institutions that you'll be guided, that are registered, they are all listed under the Securities and Exchange Commission for that particular year. So they have different classes of funds which you can invest in, which are listed here. So they'll be able to advise when you invest in mutual funds, these are the interests that are required. This is the principal amount that you need, the minimum amount for you to start investing in that particular investment options. Yeah, so for those that might have questions, which career options can I pick if I was to join the capital market space? So these are some of the courses. It's not limited to just these courses that are listed. So all business courses, which you can pursue, for example, investment banking. So for those doing investment banking, asset management, risk management, finance advisory, corporate finance, so or even all these degree programs that are listed here. So you have bachelor's degrees in finance, economics, accounting, or any related field, like for example, business of administration. So you are still able to find opportunity to work in the capital market space. So if you have opportunity to get an MBA in any of these fields, for example, MBA with finance and accounting, MBA with investment, all those are opportunities that you can find in the capital market space. So whichever course you are pursuing in line with the business, you have opportunity to work in the capital markets. So Securities and Exchange Commission, so those individuals that have opportunity to work for Securities and Exchange Commission, if you pursue any of these courses, you have opportunity to join Madam Makumba, who works for Securities and Exchange Commission or Capital Markets Association of Zambia. So all these courses are very much relevant to the capital market space. Yeah. So in conclusion, so as we are commemorating World Investor Week for 2024, we believe that we'll be able to create an investment culture in Zambia. Capital markets have the potential to drive the economic growth and improve the livelihood of our citizens. So with these few remarks, I rest my case. Thank you.
Lovely presentation, lovely. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Zuru. Well presented, we appreciate so much. He told me he has more friends who have graduated from the powerful Mulungushi University that are in industry. Is that so, Honorable Zuru? Well, we appreciate that. Dr. Mauzu wants to leave. Let's give him a round of applause as a send-off. We appreciate Doc to be escorted by the powerful lady, Madam Mudingase, Manager Marketing and Development. I'm sure there's that time that we've been waiting for now, eh? Is that time that we are waiting? Mr. Francis, are you there? No, he's not around. Okay. Allow me to introduce our powerful moderator for today's debate. And this one has been the national best speaker. How many times? 3 times. National, panational. Now what is remaining? It may be the international one, right? Okay. And he was the president for Evelyn Horn Debate Society. And his name is no other than Honorable Matthew Chakulunta Jr. Let's welcome him as he starts the debate in the motion. Mr. Chakulunta, sir.
Hello, intellectuals. Hello, intellectuals. A very good afternoon to each and everyone. Welcome to the National Capital Markets Debate Central Province. We have just dusted the solemn part of the event, and we thank you all for gracing this joyous and wonderful event. Up next is the most interesting part, which is a war of words. It's indeed survival of the fittest and domination of the weak. Well, I had been given the task by the organizers to be your moderator for the day. We thank you all for gracing this joyous occasion, especially to those who took time to leave absent from work, class, and to those who traveled many miles just to be with us today. On behalf of SEC, I would like to pass their humble benedictions, or rather gratitudinal thanks, for coming here today. Let's give ourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Now, with the understanding that gratitude entails discipline, my humble benedictions to the organizers, the panel of Field of Justice, in a nutshell, intellectual chamber or protocol observed. The long-awaited Supreme is finally here. In Tonga will say Jindi Jasiga. In Lozi would say Nako ifitile watu. Sono ntawi yafika. The time has come. The moment of history has indeed arrived. I believe we have all settled down and ready for the party. Are we ready? Are we ready for the big one? Ladies and gents, it is my sincere gratitude and honor to invite to the front the radical speakers, or rather prolific speakers, and these are the hosts. Give it up for the Mulungushi University, ladies and gents, intellectual chamber. Mulungushi University. A joyous entry by the gentlemen. Wonderful, wonderful. Right about now, without wasting much of your time, may I request to have the uprising and shining stars all the way from the Malcom University, or rather college. Malcom, please step forward. Gender balanced, huh? Number one, I know such language is not allowed in debate, but we're too quiet. We need to smile a little, not so. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for them one more time as they settle down. Please take your seats, please. Thank you. Remember, the number of times you clap will determine how you're going to live, how long you're going to live on this earth. So just keep clapping, keep clapping. Give it an infinite applause. 1, 2, 3. Don't stop, don't stop. You want to die, huh? All right. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. So ladies and gentlemen, here we are in Central Province, Kabwe, at Mulungushi University for the most exciting part, the debate session or the war of words. I am Matthews Chakulunta Jr., Hambodon of the soil, your professional host, here to reimagine this event. So without wasting much of your time, I'll go straight into giving some housekeeping rules for you, our lovely audience. To start with, please make sure to silence your cell phones. Make sure to silence your cell phones. And if you need to take a call, kindly step out. Kindly step out. We also discourage the taking of pictures or videos inconveniently during the debate proceedings. Let's give room or space to the people assigned to do this job. So please refrain from any form of interruptions. For the safety of everyone, we have a first aid kit on standby. Our team of staff is trained to assist in case of emergencies. If you're looking for toilets, very special announcement, eh? If you're looking for toilets, kindly step out and walk to the left. Step out and walk to the left. I believe that's all about it. I'll now direct the attention to giving the rules and regulations for this particular debate session. This goes to the speakers. Please take note. Take note. The first important rule for this debate. So the first three speakers will be given 4 minutes, 4 good minutes to speak. The summarizers, or should I say the whips, will be given 7 minutes to deliberate and give a compelling summary framework. 7 minutes for the summarizers. There will be no point of information in the first 60 seconds. No point of information in the first 60 seconds. Is that clear? No point of information in the first 60 seconds. The speakers will be interjected twice. The first 3 speakers will be interjected twice. All right. So meaning you're only allowed to interject 2 times per speaker. Okay? And that will be allowed by the moderator or chairperson. Evidence will be allowed. It will be evidence-based debate as well as demonstrations. You are free to demonstrate and give quality evidence. Remember, debate is factual. Let's not quote opinions of people. Let's quote facts. Further, the summarizer will not be interjected. The 2 last speakers will not be interjected. There will be no point of defense or point of order in this debate fight. No point of defense or point of order. Let the speakers defend themselves. That's what you are called here for. There is no leniency. Remember, debate is oxygen, even for the gods. The use of mobile phones, laptops are strictly prohibited during the competition. And if found wanting, you will be disqualified immediately. The use of mobile phones and laptops is prohibited. Information given must be valid. In case of wrong information, judges reserves the rights to cancel the participation of such teams on spot. We need valid information. So the judge's decision will be final and cannot be cancelled. No matter the matter, it will not matter to them. So the judge's decision will be final. Take note of that. Our debate competition will be in English, no any other local language to be uttered here by the speakers. So the only language will be English that we're going to use. In situation where a speaker uses a local language proverb, that speaker should be asked to translate the proverb in its literal and natural meaning. Last but not the least, the use of obscene, profane, or abusive language or gesture, signs, poster, banner, which show disrespect for opponent's team, official, or any other performing group shall amount to deduction in team points or disqualification. Mulungushi, are we good? Malcom, are we good? Ladies and gents, at this particular time, I will introduce the speakers according to the order given to me. The first speaker, or the Prime Minister from the government side, which is Mulungushi University, goes by the name of Chanda Innocent. Kindly stand and just wave the audience. That's Chanda Innocent, the Prime Minister. The Deputy Prime Minister from the government goes by the name of Sinyiza Sulanji. That's Sinyiza. Further, we have the government member by the name of Banda Timothy. The government whip goes by the name of Mulenga Busuma. And now in reverse, I'll take it to the other side. And the leader of the opposition, we have Best Busiku from Malcom College. The deputy leader of the opposition goes by the name of Namonga from Malcom Moffat. Member of the opposition goes by the name of Hangombe Willie. And the person that is going to give a compelling summary framework is none other than Natasha Tropo. I guess that's all about it. I hope I did not miss out anyone. If I did, please be so kind to remind me. Now, without wasting much of your time, may I request one volunteer from Malcom Moffat to help us with time, and one volunteer from Mulungushi University to help us with timekeeping. One volunteer. Or do we already have some timekeepers? Do we have? We want it to be balanced. We want it to be balanced. Which institution is that? Mulungushi, come through, please. Malcom Moffat. So kindly sit somewhere there. Yes. Thank you. I'll be able to introduce the mathematical wizards at the end of this debate session. For now, I will quote the motion. The deliberation under disposal intellectual chamber states, and I quote, crypto assets are a scam and should not be legalized in Zambia. Crypto assets are a scam and should not be legalized in Zambia. This motion will be supported by the government, which is Mulungushi University, and opposed by Malcom Moffat. Ladies and gents, let's put our hands together for the first speaker, who is none other than Chanda Innocent as Prime Minister. A round of applause.
Can you hold for it? Sure.
Mr. Speaker, I hold in my hand is a representation of this nation. And as I place it over my shoulder, it is a symbol that we, the government, have taken the burdens of this nation and placed them on our shoulders. Without further ado, allow me to say, all diplomatic etiquette be highly and humbly observed. Riding on the protocol, as earlier articulated, the motion under scrutiny reads, and I quote, "Crypto assets are a scam and should not be legalized in Zambia." It is therefore my duty and mandate as the Prime Minister to therefore define the key terms in the motion and thereafter make this motion user-friendly to this august House. The key terms are legalizing crypto assets and a scam. Legalizing is to make permissible by law or formally to adopt. Crypto assets, these are digital representation of value or a right that can be transferred or stored electronically using distributed ledger technology or similar technology. This is according to the European Union Central Bank. A scam is a dishonest scheme or a fraud. Paraphrasing the motion, countrymen and women, crypto assets are fraudulent and dishonest in nature, hence they should not be formally adopted, or rather say, be permissible by law. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me hence to give you a blueprint and an overview of our argument today. Firstly, we shall answer the question why we're confident that crypto assets are a scam and should not be legalized in Zambia. Then, Mr. Speaker, sir, we shall bring to the floor of this House as the major effects that crypto assets have brought about in this nation and at individual level. Then we shall, for the love of people and the honorable men and women, bring recommendations as to why we are very confident and categorically state our stance as the government why we are confident that these crypto assets are indeed a scam. Countrymen and women, before I dive into my intellectual argument, allow me to run you through into our argument progression, and we shall progress as follows. Being Minister, I shall talk about crypto assets being irreversible transactions and also dive into my next set of argument where I will talk about these crypto assets not being centralized. The Deputy Prime Minister, who happens to be Honorable Sulanji, will come and talk about the dangers of legalizing these crypto assets in accordance with economic and social aspects. The member of the government, who happens to be Honorable Timothy Banda, will come and emphasize and give reference as to why we, the government, categorically and confidently claim to say this august House says that this is a scam by rather putting the political and security aspects into play. The Chief Whip, who happens to be Honorable Busuma, will come on this podium and rebut the confusing sentiments that will be brought out by the opposition and thereafter cement on the points that to be raised by all the honorable members so that as a nation we can move in one accord. Countrymen and women, as I go into my set of argument, I would like to categorically state that these transactions, or rather these crypto assets that we're talking about, are irreversible transactions. What do I mean by irreversible transactions? When we say irreversible transaction, we're simply saying that these transactions are end-to-end encryption, or rather what we call their end blockchains. Allow me to lecture a bit in this august House. Allow me to give a very simple lecture. When we talk about end-to-end encryption, we're simply saying that these happen between two people. These crypto assets, when we make a transaction, it happens between two people and no third party is involved. Countrymen and women, since there's no third party involved, this simply entails that 30 seconds to wind up. This simply entails that once you are scammed, no third party will come in, and thereafter not even the law enforcement agencies will be there to guide you or to retrieve the money that has been spent on that. Countrymen and women, allow me to quote on the CBS News. According to the CBS News, it clearly states that cryptocurrency fraud is now the riskiest scam for consumers, according to BBC. May the Good Samaritan please pass this piece of information to the honorable charges for further scrutiny. With these few but remarking marks, I therefore say, I submit.
Thank you so very much. That was the Prime Minister from the government. Excuse me, ladies and gents. Another round of applause for the Prime Minister from the government. Indeed, life was created through public speaking, because Jesus, or rather God, simply said, "Let there be." Up next, ladies and gents, intellectual chamber, allow me to invite the leader of the opposition to give their base on how they are going to progress with the arguments. This is none other than Best Busiku from the opposition. A round of applause for Best Busiku.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to stand before this honorable and lovely August House. All eyes on me as I salute the moderator. Sir, I salute you. The panel of judges, I bow, and to the timekeepers, please, all eyes on the time. Me being the Prime Minister from the opposition government, it is my rare duty to define the words that are a key backbone of our motion that states, as I quote, and quote Salai, crypto assets are a scam and should not be legalized in Zambia. And these terms are crypto assets, scam, and legalize. Crypto is a digital currency designed to make as a medium of exchange through a computer network. It is a representation that can be transferred, stored, or being traded. An asset is a useful or valuable thing or a person. A scam is a dishonest scheme of fraud. Legalize is to permitting something that was illegal. Members of the House, to prove that I'm not speaking from without but from within, may the Good Samaritan pass this dictionary for more verification to the judges. Members of the August House, from the opposition side, the first speaker will highlight the advantage of why the government should consider legalizing crypto assets. The first speaker will explain on the financial inclusion of crypto assets, transparency and security of these crypto assets you are talking about, and also the investment opportunities that will be provided by crypto assets, which are the advantages of using crypto assets to the government. The speaker that will come after will also discuss the decentralization, accessibility, and lower transaction rates that crypto assets will provide to the country. Those are only found when using cryptocurrency.
Interjection allowed. May the speaker pause.
I hear the speaker say cryptocurrency is secure, but here with me is an extract from a report by the European Union Financial Regulation Board, and it clearly says cryptocurrency is very risky in terms of operational risks and security risks. Which security are you trying to debate against experts in the regulatory board? May this current please submit.
Not trying to insult you, but you should pay attention when someone is talking, because I said the first speaker would talk of the security that is being provided by the crypto assets. So when the first speaker comes, when the vice Prime Minister stand here, he will explain to you why I said so. The other speaker that will come after me will talk of the disadvantages of traditional banking, which also is the advantage on the part of crypto assets. And this is slow transaction time, limited accessibility, and security lists again. Members of the August House, with the few time that I'm remaining with, allow me to talk of the financial inclusion that crypto assets are bringing to this country if they were to be legalized by the government in this country. Financial inclusion will provide services for individuals who are excluded from traditional banking. Members of the August House, my honorable judges, there are people who live in places where they cannot access banks. They need to invest, but they cannot find banks near to them. So they can't manage to be spending a lot of transport to move to these places. As a result, they need to use this crypto asset, which is they are at any place where they are.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Citing from a publication made by the Bank of Zambia, it states, and I quote, "The Bank of Zambia does not oversee, supervise, nor regulate cryptocurrency landscape. Consequently, any and all activities related to buying, trading, or the use of cryptocurrencies are at owner's risk." How then, Mr. Speaker, can we entrust such a system to the citizens of Zambia when the primary guarantor of security is not involved? Thank you.
Thank you. According to the motion, we are saying crypto assets should be legalized as we oppose. That is to say, when the government finally legalizes crypto assets, they will also put the security measures that they want their members to involve. I'm asking
30 seconds to wind up,
Lavas.
please. 30 seconds to wind up.
Members of the August House, let me give a clear example on how we can access these crypto assets. For example, I can give an example of Capital Markets Association of Zambia, which deals, we talk of individuals, how they can invest, clubs, students and institutions. I'm sure all of you have eyes and you can see that capital markets, they are the association that support this. Members of the August House, I need to be a smart investor. I rest my case.
Thank you, thank you. So that was the leader of the opposition debating, or rather giving a stance on how the opposition will proceed with their arguments. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, the motion at hand states, as I quote, "Crypto assets are a scam and should not be legalized in Zambia." What do you think in the audience? Even as you watch, please consider some questions that you can bring forth right after this debate session. Crypto assets are a scam and should not be legalized in Zambia. That's the deliberation under disposal. We have just dusted the first order of business. Right about now, we'll proceed to the next order of business. I may now introduce the Deputy Prime Minister representing the government, and this is none other than Sinyinza Sulanji from the government side, Mulungushi University.
Riding on protocol which was earlier established by Honorable Prime Minister in the August House, all forms of diplomatic etiquette highly amply observed. Mr. Speaker, I heard the Prime Minister say very confusing, very misleading sentiments. First of all, the Prime Minister insinuated that there is financial inclusivity in that people who do not access these markets, these banks, will be able to access cryptocurrency. My question is, how do you expect someone who's unable to access and understand the information given by banks to understand the technicalities in crypto assets and in crypto mining, Mr. Speaker? They will not. Mr. Speaker, the other misleading sentiments, which it's still in 1 minute, please relax. Mr. Speaker, the other confusing sentiment is that there will be financial for students. Mr. Speaker, this would take me right back to my points, which says as you claim that there will be finance for people, do not forget that that finance is not stable. That finance is volatile. That finance is not acceptable. Mr. Speaker, it is because this finance have high risk of cash flows. Cash flows meaning our capital will move from the country Zambia to another capital. These so-called cryptocurrencies or crypto assets will weaken our currency through currency substitution and foreign exchange substitution. Mr. Speaker,
please pause.
Mr. Speaker, you have never legalized crypto assets in Zambia, so what evidence do you have to say crypto assets is a scam? Secondly, China uses ECNY, strictly end-to-end encryption, and they say there is no scam. So what do you mean there will be a scam if it is only one-to-one transaction? If I do transaction with you and they scam me, I know the best person to follow. Please clarify and stop losing the house.
Mr. Speaker, we say it's a scam because one, it has great market risks. And these market risks are that they will destroy our banking sector. To answer your point on how you are going to be working with someone is that, Mr. Speaker, because there is no control in crypto assets, there is no... The crypto assets are so decentralized that there is no government intervention, no government regulation. It means that if I scam you and there is no one you can run to, if I scam you and there is no one you can run to, you will be unable to receive your assets.
Please.
Mr. Speaker, let's run back to the motion which states, and I quote, crypto asset is a scam and should not be legalized. Quote me, should not be legalized. So how do you want the government to come in when you've not yet legalized it? What we're saying, we're not telling you to ban traditional banking. What we're telling you is to legalize crypto assets so you can see how it's going to benefit us. So how are you judging this crypto assets without legalizing it? Or maybe behind our backs you legalize a crypto asset that we didn't know as a country. Please qualify.
We are saying we should not legalize this because of the examples we've received from worldwide. A case study of El Salvador investing $100 million in crypto assets, making losses over 50 million. We are saying it's a scam because of the failures cryptocurrencies have elaborated. And also, if you had allowed me to finish my entire statement, you would have understood why we are saying it's a scam. Back to my statement. Mr. Speaker, on the capital flight chalk, an extract here with me, which says that capital flight chalk amplifies. Crypto assets seem to be a less costly alternative for transferring assets, as indicated by opposers. But the higher use of cryptocurrency, especially in developing countries like Zambia and the global south, lowers the financial development and unstable fiat currency. Unstable fiat currency in this context is the kwacha. Mr. Speaker, this is showing that we're going to have a kwacha which cannot be used for investment. If we have a kwacha which cannot be used for investment, we cannot develop our country, and Zambia will be poorer and poorer and poorer. Why then should the opposition come to convince the governments when experts from the bureaus have stated that these currencies is going to lead to developing nations not developing, and Zambia is a developing nation? We won't develop. 30 seconds to conclude, Mr. Timekeeper.
30 seconds it is.
Mr. Speaker, the other reason is that the market risk and price volatility of crypto assets. In the fact that prices rise and fall without the intervention of government. Mr. Speaker, one of the aspects and important aspects of regulation is that they are able to regulate the rise and fall of prices through monetary and fiscal policies. If we introduce cryptocurrencies in Zambia, there will be no regulation, meaning prices, your assets will be falling.
Time up.
Mr. Speaker, as I conclude...
Time up, thank you.
I submit my submissions and may the honorable man pass this for clarification.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Ladies and gents, intellectual chamber, you're watching the National Capital Markets Debate Central Province. And right about now, as you have heard from the previous speaker, the debate is getting tougher and tougher. Otherwise, disaster. Right about now, let's welcome or put our hands together for the opposition member who goes by the name of Namonga, representing Malcom Moffat. A round of applause for Namonga, ladies and gents.
From its birth in 2009, throughout the years, it is now 2024. It has proven it's here to stay. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges, fellow intellectuals, or let me simply say, all protocol in its highest order of seniority be highly observed. Opposing to the motion which was already articulated by my first speaker, members of this auditorium, it goes unwise for me to say that Zambia will be turning 60 years this October, and we're seriously lagging back to technology just because this simpleton government is technology. Now, members of this August House were simply saying that we should legalize these crypto assets or cryptocurrency because it is easily accessible. What do I mean by that? If we were to look at where I'm coming from, the school I'm coming from, Serenge, in Serenge we have about 2 big colleges, Malcom Moffat College of Education and Serenge School of Nursing and Midwifery. Members of this auditorium, when we're about to do our teaching practices or teaching experiences, and for the nurses, when they're about to do their internship, members of this auditorium were being sent to remote areas that are in Serenge. If we're to look at Serenge, we only have 1 town and 1 market, members of this auditorium. We go to places like Ndabala where we cannot access any banks. Now, members of this August House, if we were to legalize these crypto assets or cryptocurrency, people like us teachers who go to Ndabala to go, people like us teachers who go to Ndabala to go and do our teaching practices and teaching.
Not allowed.
Well, it will be much easier for us to access banks. Members of this auditorium, it is protecting our environment. What do I mean by this? Now, if we were to look at this money that we're using, we can tell to say it is paper money. Members of this August House, how does paper money come about? It comes about by cutting down trees. Members of this August House, if we cut down trees, it leads to deforestation. And deforestation leads to climate change. And climate change leads to unpredictable weather, like we're facing right now. Now, members of this August House, if we were to legalize this
May the speaker pause,
cryptocurrency...
please. Hold on.
Affiliates of the session, I would not like it if you are left in ignorance of the very simple fact that according to the IMF, it released an article which stated that carbon emissions from crypto are surging and tax policy cannot help. How then are we going to argue that it is better than the paper money which we already have? Furthermore, she talked of Zambia being slow in terms of technological advancements. Now, listen to this. Technological advancements and digital money move in line. So then how are people going to access the same crypto assets if our technology is lagging behind? Because Zambia, according to the Global Index of Innovations, is ranked 113 of the 116 countries in the world that have access to technology. How are we going to improve then?
Now, members of this August House, if you heard me, if you clearly heard me, I say we're lagging back at technology just because this government is failing to implement this cryptocurrency or crypto assets. Now, members of this August House would improve as a country because these crypto assets or cryptocurrencies is digital. Members of this August House, most of the times you find that Zambians do not know how to use technology or are afraid of opening links that they find just because of this government. Now, members of this August House, I talked of paper money. Members of this August House, this is digital money that we'll be using. It is not paper money. Members of this August House, if you are very much happy with this unpredictable weather that we're having, then please do not say anything. I proceed. We are embracing moving at the same pace as the world. What do I mean by this? Members of this August House, if we were to look at other countries like Belgium, Japan, Ukraine, you name it, members of this August House, they've legalized cryptocurrencies, including the United States of America, which has finally legalized these crypto assets, and they are using it to their advantage. Members of this August House,
please.
Affiliates of the session, it is very disappointing to get the statements that are being raised by the current speaker on the floor. Citing from the Financial Intelligence Center for Zambia under the Bank of Zambia, the statement reads, and I quote, "The Bank of Zambia advised the general public to be fully aware and understand the risks associated with the use of cryptocurrencies, which include money laundering, financing activities of terrorism, and general consumer protection risks, such as fraud and hacking." How then should our system that is lagging in technology shift to a system where we use paper money?
it is so sad that this current government is focusing on the scams that we're facing as a country. I agree, as the opposition government, about a few years back, about 20 students at Mulungushi University were scammed using this same cryptocurrency. But what we are saying is that if we were to work hand in hand with ZICTA, Security Exchange Commissions, we as a country would develop. Members of this August House, if we were to work hand in hand with these two members of this August House plus others that would help us, we as a country would develop and we would no longer be facing such fraudulent activities. Now, members of this August House, we are tired of being called a developing country. When are we going to be called a developed country? Members of this August House, it's so sad that we're even wearing scarves of Zambia when we're...
Time up.
30 seconds to conclude.
Please.
Now, members of this August House, we understand to say that a smart investor avoids frauds. But what we are saying as the opposition government is that a smart investor takes risks for the countrymen and women of Zambia. Now, if the current government cannot take a stand for the countrymen and women of Zambia, then we, the opposition government, are going to be the voices and stand up for the countrymen and women of Zambia. Because we're tired of being called a developing government. It is about time we're called a developed government. With these few but very educative points, I digress.
Intellectual Chamber, this is the National Capital Markets Debate Central Province. I hope and trust you are enjoying. Yeah, due to time, we're already behind time. I'll call upon the third speaker, or rather member of government, who goes by the name of Banda Timothy. Before the Honorable starts, this goes to all the speakers. Please, you have 30 seconds for interjections. 30 seconds only. Don't go beyond. 30 seconds. And for the timekeepers, they'll just be giving me a signal. We don't want them to be disturbing the speakers. Carry on.
Countrymen and women, an investor is not someone who takes risks. An investor is somebody who puts their money on an asset for the purpose of finishing them further so that when they sell, the consumer is more satisfied. With all due respect, all protocol observed. Now, countrymen and women, listen to this. We're not here to discuss about Bitcoin. No, we are talking about crypto assets, which includes gambling cards and currencies that are used in the digital world. So then listen to this, countrymen and women. From the same Bitcoin that the opposition are talking about, the owner of Bitcoin is unknown. However, after people lost their money in Bitcoin in 2018, his net worth skyrocketed more than what he had at the time Bitcoin was being started with. And people lost their money and nobody refunded them the money of which they are making. With all this, ladies and gentlemen, would you say that crypto assets are not a scam? May this be passed on to the judges. Furthermore, countrymen and women, talking to the part of climate change, there is a publication by the International Monetary Fund which states that crypto assets possess significant tax problems and they could get worse. Which states that crypto assets are a threat to our environment. Countrymen and women can highly agree with me that crypto assets deals with things being in digital form. Therefore, there is high consumption of energy and there is also need for people to be using this means of energy to be releasing carbons in the atmosphere, which will be harming our atmosphere. At the end of the day, we'll actually have little rain or no rain compared to the paper money which people are refusing in this house. May this piece of evidence be passed on to the judges. Furthermore, countrymen and women...
Hold your fire. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, you talked of Bitcoin. You said we are not here to discuss Bitcoin, but you went ahead. Let me give you a push. Bitcoin price, performance Bitcoin's price has experienced significant volatility. In 2018, that's when it happened. And in 2019, it was really experiencing the same thing. But 2020, Bitcoin gradually recovered from the bear market and showed renewed price growth, eventually reaching new highs in 2021. And if you want this information, you can visit the www.boz.zm. And this information was actually posted 2021 3rd August. Mr. Speaker, please clarify more.
I would like the House to take cognizance of this simple fact that in mathematics, especially statistics, when we are calculating ranges, we do not use the biggest value that was previous. We use the current one. Therefore, countrymen and women, you can highly agree with me that in 2020, after they lost that Bitcoin customers suffered, a lot of people withdrew from Bitcoin and other digital assets, meaning that there were a few people who were accessing this same thing, which made these people to have a profit at the end of the day. Not that it is profitable, no, but it is because of the reduced people who were accessing it and the increased number of assets on the market that people actually made profit, a few of those, because according to evidence that has been provided for by the Investigations Bureau, people actually lost their money. And now, countrymen and women, would you say that this is not a scam? Furthermore, talking about technology...
Please pause.
My dear fellow debater,
we are talking about investment, not type of canteen investment. Before you get into a relationship, you propose. After proposing, you date. After dating, you get married. We are here to propose and make our investment into the implementation of a relationship. So please clarify to the House what you are speaking about.
And the same proposal that is being made, I'd like to state to the House that not only is it weak, but very bad. Because people be losing their money to people they don't actually know. I mean, there is evidence here from the Financial Intelligence Center that says that they had to deal with 2.4 million kwacha loss in a lawsuit. Now, isn't that not enough that this proposal is actually bad? I mean, if somebody proposes to you, you have to gain something, but why you are losing money? Is the relationship healthy? I do not think so. Ladies and gentlemen, you'd also agree with me that culturally, according to what my first speaker had highlighted, Zambia is lagging behind in technology, and digital assets require the high usage of technology. So how then will a person in the rural areas where you only use access to 2G network or less than that, in fact, age, access the internet? I mean, we already know that Zambia is ranked 113 out of 116 countries in the world that have got good access to technology. We are already bad. But you can highly agree with me that when talking about mobile banking, with the traditional money that we have, any person can do *444# using the current technology systems that we have, and of course they will access their monies on their bank. Even mobile money services. May this be passed on to the judges for further scrutiny. Countrymen and women, talking about cultural aspect of this digital assets being a scam, we've got a point that says crypto poses. I would like to conclude.
You have 30 seconds.
Countrymen and women, if crypto assets are to be incorporated as a means of transaction in our country, Zambia, then allow me to speak as a prophet. I therefore see a country whose economy will go down, not that its people are not hardworking, but that they'll be getting into business with people whom they do not know, and for the sole purpose of enriching them. Because we've already seen that Nakamoto had nothing, but after the loss of people in the United States, they made money. I submit.
Thank you, Prophet. Thank you, Prophet.
This right here is what you came for, intellectual chamber. This right here is what you came for. May I have your attention? This is what we came here for. This is what we came here for. We have prophets. Amen, church? All right. It's your relationship that is weak, not this debate session. Everything about this debate is instrumental, electric and magical. Courtesy of, who sponsored this debate? Anyone in the audience? SEC. Nalike Jopoi. Who is sponsoring this debate? In unison, please. At least you can do better. Again? Too much. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward. This motion truly deserves people that think critically. It needs or requires critical thinkers. So right where you are, question yourself. Are you able to stand and articulate issues that are hard operational? Without wasting much of your time, let's hear from the opposition member who goes by the name of Willie Hamongwe. Hangombe, apologies for that.
Members of the House, allow me to write on the protocol which has been already observed. Allow me to go to my first point, which suits in opposition of the motion which has already been stated. But before I go any further, allow me to pause a certain Tonga proverb which states, and I dictate, Shumbwa na wagabura nyama, wagabura bwehu. When a lion lacked meat, he ate grass. What are we talking about? We are here to discuss about issues concerning crypto assets, which is cryptocurrencies, which are being done online or digital. And what are these things? We are urging the government to legalize or to allow or to put in use of these digital monies for the people to be able to access speed transactions as they access money. I'll give an example. It has been a crisis in Zambia where we see a number of people lining up in banks in order for them to access money, and this has been wasting a lot of time. But if we are to allow these digital currencies to be in operation, there will be what we call network prioritization and the implementation of urgent transactions. So these crypto assets, they have what we call preemptive and non-preemptive activities. What am I talking about? When we talk of preemptive, which means if someone has got an urgent transaction of money, these systems will be able to allow that person to have his money in time or on time, rather than queuing up. If we are a number 100 person, we wait not until the first person finishes. But once we have these what we call preemptive kind of transactions, immediately you pause your transaction, it will be given unto and help or to provide the service that you want. Allow me to carry on to the next point. Prioritized protocols. There are a set up algorithms to validate faster transactions, which are known as delegated proof of stake, which are called DPOS. These reduce the time required for the transaction to be done. So, as I speak to the House,
thank you.
Countrymen and women, we agree that indeed when a lion is hungry and there is no food, it eats grass. Not for its death, but for survival. And would you agree that an economy that is already lagging behind with energy production actually goes to a stop, or because of digital energy? Because standings are that energy consumption by cryptocurrency, a bibliometric analysis revealing research trends and insights, is that actually it uses more energy than what we are actually using today. So is that going to be healthy to our economy? May this be passed on to the judges.
My fellow debater, let us not be primitive in the way we understand things. We are talking about online investment, which is there to help people to save time in the investment. So we say, if you cannot take it, then leave it. If you cannot join them, then leave away. So if you're not interested, allow us to proceed in advertising to the people of the country of Zambia in the online processions of the money. Allow me to go to the next point, protection of inflation. We are all aware that Zambia is crying because of its value of money being declined by the US dollar. So these crypto assets, if they are to be allowed, they are what we call monetary policies, whereby it is, peer-to-peer transactions, whereby if our country Zambia is investing in kwachas, it shall also be able to invest in dollars, because it is an online thing in avoidance of hard cashes. So we are aware that in Zambia we are being attacked by junks because we carry briefcases of money, and as a result a lot of people are losing life because they are being attacked. So if we are to use these online monies, we are going to save the lives of people who are being attacked by the mobs of junks who are intending to destroy the lives of people because they are carrying money. Let us consider that.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, we do not drink poison just because you're thirsty. Mr. Speaker, you did highlight on the technology which we're going to be using, but let me explain according to a research which says that crypto assets depend heavily on technology, which was the operational risk of crypto assets based on the complex and rapidly evolving technology that requires specialized knowledge. We are 113 of 116. Also, Mr. Speaker, operational use also include border use related to maintaining the reliability and the operational capability of protocols associated with cryptocurrency. May this be submitted. Please, be more specific.
Regulatory compliances, enhancing regulatory compliances and working with the regulators to establish clear guidelines that can help legitimize the crypto assets industry and build trust among consumers and financial institutions. So we are not just gallivanting to what we are doing, but we are aware. For you built a house, not to leave it with an open door, but you have to put bars and windows for security. So we understand what we are doing by the government. 30 seconds.
Please.
30 seconds. I as I conclude, crypto assets, they are global in nature. So it is not a business which is just being run by someone. After getting drunk, you go out and begin to cheat people. It involves and it considers the lives of many people, and we are talking about money, where people stress to work to come up with money. So as crypto assets are to be put in place, it shall help the individuals of Zambia and the country at large to develop. I submit to the House.
Thank you.
As I hand over the information for more clarification.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It is indeed a sinusoid of our minds, and it's called debate. Ladies and gents, intellectual chamber, we're already behind time. The motion under microscopic analysis states once again, crypto assets are a scam and should not be legalized in Zambia. Mulungushi University as the government, Malcom Moffat opposing to this particular motion. Right about now, let's turn our attention to the government whip as he gives his compelling summary framework regarding this particular motion. This honorable goes by the name of Mulenga Busuma. Yes, the floor is yours, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the chief whip of the opposition government, allow me to make an illustration so as to make the House understand what the motion is talking about. Thank you so much, madam. Raise this bottle. Imagine this is the cryptocurrency that we as Zambians would want to adopt as the opposition government is stating. This is you as a Zambian wanting to buy some shares in this market. This is an American who comes to you and says, deposit 50,000 in my account. You make that deposit and the money goes into this system that we are calling the cryptocurrency system or the crypto asset system, which first of all does not have a foundation and you do not know the people that run this system. Now, as my team has illustrated earlier to say that since you do not understand the people who are running this kind of system, what happens if 2 months later you discover that this market crashes? Then, where does your money go as a Zambian that is first of all not educated about this kind of system, and the Zambian, again, who is not aware of the risks that coming with losing your money? Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we as the proposition government have come here to bring to the attention of the House why we believe and understand that this system is not okay for the Zambian people due to the following reasons. Respect to all the important members of the House, and allow me to proceed with the argument of my progression as the chief whip of the opposition. I will first start by bringing the argument all together so that the House may understand. I will rebut to some of the sentiments that have been brought up by the opposition government, and also I will provide a solution to each and every problem that has been raised by the proposition government so that the House may understand and be educated in one note. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to proceed. The leader of the opposition government came here confidently and stated that the crypto asset system is secure because security is what the Zambian government has. But ladies and gentlemen, I would love a good Samaritan to come close to me as I begin to submit pieces of evidence to rebut each and every point that was submitted. I shall begin with the Bank of Zambia. The Bank of Zambia has stated to say they do not oversee or supervise nor regulate any cryptocurrency activity or landscape. Consequently, any or all activities related to buying, trading, or the usage of cryptocurrencies are performed at owner's risk. Therefore, as the Zambian government, we cannot entrust such a system because our government is not involved for the protection of its citizens. Secondly, allow me to make a submission from a study that was conducted from the Kennedy School of Government, Harvard University, page 3, and it states, and I quote, unlike banks and exchange, crypto intermediaries do not face any specific cybersecurity requirements, and cyber hacks are common. Hacking is on the rise because it works. And students studying computer science can agree with me that hacking is possible. Even though we might say WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted and it cannot be hacked, but ladies and gentlemen, with all honesty, WhatsApp is hackable. And in the same way, crypto assets are hackable as a member of the proposition government earlier stated to say crypto assets were hacked in 2018 and the market went down. I submit. Thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, let me make a submission from the Financial Intelligence Center of Zambia from page 7, 8, 9, and 10, which outlines some of the problems that were raised by the proposition government. And let me read one statement from the Bank of Zambia that states that the Bank of Zambia stated that while cryptocurrencies have some monetary characteristics, such as being used as a means of payment on a person-to-person basis, they are not legal tendencies in Zambia. But why are they not legal? In order to safeguard the interests of the members of the public and maintain integrity of the financial system in Zambia. Because, ladies and gentlemen, in the confines of peace and security, it is essential that the state is the primary guarantor of security of its citizens. Therefore, as a government, our proposition is that this thing called a scam that the opposition government is saying that we should implement must not be implemented. But if at all it were to be implemented, there's a famous scholar in Zambia by the name of Alan Mulenga who says, do not ask for the microphone, prepare your voice. Where growth is evident, responsibility is inevitable. Therefore, before we ask for the microphone of cryptocurrencies, let us first of all educate our citizens. Before we ask for the microphone of cryptocurrencies, let us ensure that our people are aware of what kind of system they are going into, the risks that come with it, so that everybody upon entry, they will understand that if the market crashes in 2 weeks, we shall both lose. I make my submission. Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, an article that was published on the 27th in 2023, it states with the title, Cryptocurrency Dangers and Benefits, from page 1, 2, and 3, states that currently, when dealing with crypto assets, people are not covered by the European Union consumer protection rules and are often not well informed about the risks, which could mean people losing money. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we as a government believe and understand that we cannot entrust this kind of system unto the Zambian people because, first of all, we are called a developing nation, meaning we are not yet fit and ready to adopt such a system, and it is a scam because we do not understand the people that run this system. I submit this evidence. Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to cite another piece of evidence from the Consultative Group of Directors of Financial Stability, and the study was conducted in August 2023. Quoting from page 5 as highlighted, it states how crypto market vulnerabilities propagate into financial stability risks. And if you have students in the school of business, you can agree with me that financial stability risks such as market risks, credit risks, liquidity risks, operational risks, bank dissemination risks, and capital flow risks. So the document with me right here will be passed to the judges for further scrutiny because it outlines each and everything that was stated. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the solutions that we want to propose as the government. To begin with, crypto assets cannot be allowed in Zambia because of our current system. I heard the opposition government stating that we have good enough network and systems of security that can protect us. But no, if we would love such a system to be implemented, then let us work with bodies such as the Transparency International Zambia so that they can monitor all transactions that happen in this system. Secondly, let us bring in bodies such as the Public Accounts Committee so that even people who will be employed to work for the crypto assets, people who will be employed to work for this same institution that we are calling crypto assets will be held accountable by that committee for the benefit of the Zambians. Thirdly, let us initiate the Bank of Zambia and the very Security and Exchange Commission that we have right here. Because let me quote from the Security and Exchange Commission, it states, the Security and Exchange Commission is a government regulator committed to ensuring fair and transparent capital markets in Zambia. And therefore, if what we are calling a scam as capital assets must be brought in Zambia, then let these bodies be there to regulate. Because we cannot be having a system where we are making transactions but we are unaware of who we are dealing with. Therefore, it will result into the same example that I gave in the first place, where you deposit your funds but because of the volatility...
Thank you.
30 seconds.
You had 7 minutes.
20 seconds, Mr. Speaker.
10 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, our submission as a government is that let us ensure we educate our people because crypto assets are not a system that the Zambian government is ready for. And therefore, as a government, we want to protect our citizens. And so we speak for the good of everyone. I submit.
Thank you. Intellectual Chamber, that was Busuma Mulenga as government whip representing the government, Mulungushi University. It leaves me to wonder, why is the earth not so hard like a rock, yet it doesn't even sound when we knock? Why do we live short and die so long? what qualifies us to die. But the major question is, which team is going to make it to the second round? That's the biggest question. The government is done. Right about now, let's turn our attention as the opposition whip closes this debate session. She goes by the name of Natasha Tropo. A big round of applause for Natasha as she takes the podium.
Rather step up and manhandle the situation. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to ride on the protocol that has already been observed running with the motion under my fundamental microscopic analysis, which states in the quote, crypto assets has come and should not be legalized. I say should not be legalized. End of quotation. May you take your seats. Before I hit the nail on the head, I would like to rebut on some of the noted down points that was raised by the government. Unfortunately, I was disappointed. As a government, you're refusing crypto assets. But what steps or what measures are you putting in place for us to relax, to say you're doing something about it? Because we can see the situation in our country. Second, you keep on talking about the scams, which I believe is due to your absence. My members here said, if the government work hand in hand with these markets, we can actually improve. You know what's best. We know where the gap is. All we need is for the government to step in. I wonder when, because they keep on relaxing. You keep on talking about, on Daily Mail, August, lady working on a booth was scammed, and you said, this is a scam. But haven't you heard any news where a lady or these people working booth are scammed, are robbed? Please. You know, I was reading something because I was bored after hearing to what you're saying. It says no one is born knowing how to save or to invest. Every successive investor starts with the basics, the information in this book here. Meaning you cannot be afraid of something that you don't know. We have the Security and Exchange Commission, we have the Capital Market Association for Zambia. So instead of you sitting there drinking water, why don't you try and find out more what this is about and to what extent it might help our country? With that being said, members of the House, allow me to put icing on the cake as I will summarize the point that was raised by my team. The first one is decentralization. Crypto assets operate on decentralized networks such as blockchain, which eliminates the need for intermediaries. Actually, you should go back to your dictionary or rather Uncle Google. What it means ends encryption. It's you. There is only one and the other person. So if you are scammed, you actually know who to follow. And when you talk about the cryptographics, this actually records the transaction that you are doing. So whatever that you are doing, whatever transaction that you are making, you actually have a record of what you are doing, and the other person has a record of what they're doing. We do not need intermediaries who will make us queue up in the banks just for us to have access to our money. Oh please. The second one is accessibility. Crypto assets are accessible to anyone with an internet connection. They said our government needs to start putting up network poles. Would you rather start building banks in areas where there are no banks, or put up network poles? Which one is cheap? We know you don't have the money for that. So all we're saying is that people need internet connection, then you have access to your money 24/7. Do their traditional bank work 24/7? Certainly not. The third one is security. The blockchain technologies in crypto assets provide a high level of security through cryptographic algorithms and distributed ledger system. Transactions are encrypted, immutable, and transparent, reducing the risk of fraud, hacking, and unauthorized alteration. So the blockchain gives you access for you to encrypt and decrypt the information. But do they actually give you access at the bank when you go there? And besides, you know how it is easy for people to rob or to scam, because the procedure at the bank is just the same over the years. But when you talk about this, we're talking about somebody having a password, only 2 people involved. You're not having other people involved in this. So don't you see the transparency in the crypto assets? Oh, you're just that blind, the government. The other one is, the third one, I would like to say all we need is for the government who already see the problem to step in and follow along the following steps and let the two operate together. Government, we are not asking asking you to ban the traditional banking. Now we have seen to say what you have done is not enough. Pull up your tokens and let the traditional banking work hand in hand with the cryptocurrency and the crypto assets for the betterment of our country. So when you're giving me idioms and exaggeration about the lion and surviving, that was just wasting my time. I want to know what you're doing about the situation because I am running out of time. Cryptocurrency exchanges. Cryptocurrency exchange allow users to buy, sell, trade crypto assets for traditional fiat currencies such as US dollars, euros or other national currencies. You've all gone in town where you find somebody seated with a lot of money. Can I have a bottle of water please? Where you find somebody seated with other currencies and then you have to exchange. Are you telling me once you exchange a lot of money, that person can tell other thieves or robbers to say, there's a person who came here with kwacha currency, it was actually a lot of money, this person has gone to this direction and they will be able to rob you. Aren't you telling me that that's somehow risky? Unless when you talk of digital exchange, you can do that online and you can do it simultaneously. You are here doing other things while it's making other transactions. We are not that lazy, government. Mr. President, no, we are not. We are able to do other things as well, making transactions, shipping in, shipping out goods. Let's talk of the era of the COVID-19. If you had legalized this crypto asset a long time ago, we wouldn't have experienced a gap in our economic race. Anyway, I'm here to educate. Peer-to-peer platforms enable individuals to exchange crypto assets directly with one another for traditional currency. This platform facilitates transactions between buyers and sellers without the need for intermediaries, provides in a way to convert crypto assets to cash. And yes, it is very much possible for you to transfer the traditional currency through various methods, only if you give yourself chance to learn and to know what it is about. And thank you for the Security and Exchange Commission, because this book here, only those people who know how to read and understand the words and phrases in it can really understand to say these people are putting up measures that are going to secure your accounts, are going to secure your assets. So I don't know why we're still wasting much time about this. Somebody brought the issue of Bitcoin, which I feel like I clarified. Adoption and institution interest. Over the past 3 years, there has been a notable increase in the institution interest and adoption of Bitcoin as investments in assets. Do you know that German, Singapore, Ghana, they've legalized these crypto assets? So if German can legalize this crypto asset, who are we as Zambia considered as one of the poorest countries? And because of legalizing this,
thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. It's 3 seconds to wind up.
3 seconds?
10 seconds to wind up.
Okay, 10.
Okay. Bonafide, dignified members of this semi-session, I would love to stand here and believe to say we've taken a piece out of the information that I've presented. Government, please reconsider your decision. I submit.
Thank you so very much. That was Natasha Tropo. A very big round of applause once again. We'll now leave it up to the judges to decide who goes through to the next round. Remember, it was survival of the fittest and domination of the weak. This lottering will keep on even as we proceed to the national level. Thank you so very much for the powerful speeches to you, Malcom, Moffat, as well as the great Mulungushi University. Ladies and gents, as we wait for the adjudicators to give us the results, as cool as the best debate world over, how virtuous are they? A very paranormal debate session, and Securities and Exchange Commission has produced a remarkable debate session. Mulungushi, the hosts, were seen face to face with Malcom, Moffat, the visitors. We had unbelievable scenes here at the Mulungushi University. Was it not beautiful? Magical, right? Who is carrying the day? Don't guess. We're not going to judge according to the color of the skins, but the content of their characters. That's basically that we're going to adjudicate. Ladies and gents, without wasting much of your time, we are going to move on to a segment which we are calling the question time from the audience. I believe you have a multi-million-dollar questions that you're sitting on currently, and we want to hear from you. Are we ready? Are we ready? Yes. May I please request one of the ushers to just hold the mic, and you move on to the person who is ready to fire questions to the panelists, both sides. Let's not be biased. Let's not be biased. Let's fire tangible questions to the panelists. That intellectual over there. Before we proceed, please, there is a word or two.
Powerful audience, you have been great. A big hand to yourselves. We want to introduce the most to some of the members are here, the cabinet. So those that are somewhere seated, I start with this powerful gentleman.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's very anyway, that's what I want to say. Viva Mulungushi, viva! Viva Mulungushi, viva! All right, so this is Christopher Mumba, the current Minister of Education and Academic Affairs, Mulungushi University Student Union.
A big hand to a powerful gentleman.
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Godfrey Kapembwa, Bayubu, Abalukusu, Abalupala. I am the current Minister of Finance for Mulungushi University Student Union. Thank you so much.
She has been instrumental in the organization. You introduce yourself. She's a council member. Your position. A big hand to the powerful lady.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mukosha Rebecca. I'm the debate vice president.
A powerful, and the matron should greet you from Malcom, the powerful lady. You have been seated so much. You have enjoyed the powerful debate.
Yes. Good afternoon. Ms. Mlea, matron debate, Malcom Moffat College of Education.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me take the powerful mic to the powerful moderator.
Thank you kindly, sir. Let's proceed quickly before the judges come up with the results. No, you can just speak from there. All right. It's okay.
Okay.
Kindly stand.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. All right. My name is Tandiwe Piri. Okay. So when I saw the motion, it was very inviting for me, and I thought it was worth missing lunch for. Okay, so I think this question goes to Malcom Moffat. But before I ask, I want to maybe say something regarding the benefits of debate. I'm a lover of debate, so
Please
you'll agree with
We're
me.
behind time. Please.
Yes, you'll agree with me that debates, it provokes critical thinking, right? It improves communication skills. So I'm here to ask Malcom Moffat, what are the potential economic and social benefits in regards to legalizing crypto access in Zambia? Please note, economic and social. I want to know.
Who is ready? Who is ready from there? Did you get the question? Kindly repeat the question quickly.
Potential benefits, economically and socially, if crypto assets were to be legalized in Zambia.
The female Moffat is ready to take it up.
actually a was-born rate. So the potential benefits of the crypto assets is that, one, if we legalize this, we'll be able to attract other investors, let's say J-Money, because they've also legalized the crypto assets, because around the world, countries who've legalized this will be looking forward to other countries who are also dealing with this. This means we'll be at an advantage. And then the other thing I would say, the other benefits that we'll get will not be going to lag behind with technology, because actually you can do, while it's just seated asking me this question, you can be transacting money. That is another benefit. You can save your precious time, I believe you want to do something for it. So those are some of the benefits.
Okay, an addition, madam. What the motion is looking for to the government of Zambia, it's more like you are having Facebook, you want to communicate with somebody who has got WhatsApp. They don't marry. Unless you have WhatsApp, I have WhatsApp, we are going to communicate. So these crypto assets, they are online type of money. They are not in hard cash. So the investors in crypto assets, they are looking for a porthole where they are going to be allowed to marry WhatsApp and WhatsApp, so they can be carrying the communication. So the transactions cannot be done with WhatsApp and Facebook. So when it is legalized, then it will be a free entry for the activities to be done.
Thank you, thank you. Anyone else as we wait for the adjudicators? I pass on the mic to the gentleman in yellow. Remember, this won't be adjudicated. Judges, take note.
2 questions. So one's going to Malcom University, the other one's going to Mulungushi University. So for Malcom University, a point of clarity, we need clarity. You mentioned to say cryptocurrencies would reduce inflation, but if you are giving up more of your currency for the same cryptocurrency and you're not depreciating your own currency, how then are you battling inflation? Please clarify on that. Then for Mulungushi University, while you're proposing that question, cryptocurrencies also offer an opportunity for cheaper remittances, like sending money abroad. For you to send your kwachas or your dollars to another person abroad or to invest abroad, there's a string of institutions that you need to pass that money on to. It's very expensive. So if cryptocurrencies will not offer an opportunity to directly send that money abroad without having that string of financial institutions.
Be quick.
I'm done.
So yes, that is an advantage, but that advantage is dangerous because when someone from abroad sends remittance to Zambia, there's a certain charge, a compliance fee which government takes in form of tax. So in as much as cryptocurrency will be working in that way, as a country we will not be benefiting anything, our revenue will decrease, which answers question of economic benefits of not legalizing cryptocurrency. The second thing is that because of easy transfer between cross borders, there is a high chance of capital flight, where our capital or the investments which the opposition is trying to talk about comes in Zambia, but it can easily go abroad. And as you have cryptocurrency, once your currency as Zambia starts weakening, it will be difficult to call back that currency back to Zambia when it goes abroad. Thank you.
Okay, to the question that was coming to Malcom, and I stand to respond. What I think is you have to talk with a positive mind. You must not be dealing on negativities. Mind you, when you are doing business, there is profit and loss. So you must balance the scale. Coming to answer the question, protection of inflation. Our academic monetary policies are made. These are inbuilt monetary policies designed to counteract inflation. For example, we have what we call Ethereum with its transition to proof of stake, whereby it is upgraded and it reduces, are we there? It reduces the amount of inflation. So when you get to have these online assets, they are going to help you to let your currency boost its value, such that if we are to use our Zambian kwacha, it would be in line with the Botswanian zipula. So it would be one type of money. Are we together? Because it is online, it is not hard, please.
Thank you, thank you. I think we'll get one last question. All right, Malcolm, yes. Kindly pass on the mic to that gentleman. And we'll get one question from that lady over there, please.
Thank you very much for awarding me this opportunity. I actually have a question for Mulungushi University. And my question goes like this. If we look at Belgium, Britain, and USA, they've actually legalized crypto assets. Now, if we look at the economic levels of these countries that I've just mentioned as compared to Zambia, we are far much behind. So if a country like USA can legalize such a policy, who are we poor people not to not to legalize such a policy?
Please pass on the mic to the other lady. Let's get the two questions in advance.
Thank you very much. Honorable guests and honorable judges, a pleasant good afternoon to you all. I only have one question for Malcom University. If we allow crypto assets into Zambia, don't you think there'll be tax invasion? What do I mean? Crypto assets or crypto investments rather, they do not involve paying of tax. Furthermore, don't you think that the crypto assets itself was just a format to formulate a platform at which people will be gambling illegally in another way? So please, would you answer? Thank you.
Are you from Mulungushi? Yes. Next time I want to see you on the panel. Oh yeah? Okay, there is a response quickly within 10 seconds.
So firstly, these countries that were mentioned started trading in digital assets when they were wealthy, not while they were still poor. And then another answer is that crypto assets deals with holding assets. So it might be an investment for a short run, but because it is end-to-end encrypted and the currency doesn't circulate, you find that one end holds the asset, another holds the money. At the end of the day, it will be very price inconvenient to the country because you'll be forced to mine more currencies for there to be circulation there. Because people do not actually circulate currencies on the stock market of crypto assets, unlike traditional assets that we have.
Thank you so very much. A quick reaction.
Actually, there is already tax invasion to the fact that the government are not involved in this. And it's not really a platform because countries that have legalized this, I didn't just wake up and legalize it. They actually investigated everything. And you are given a chance to investigate. You're given a chance to be educated. So they are tax invasion because it is an end-to-end encryption. There is no way the government will get in. So if the government legalize it, they will be given a platform actually to be involved and their policies will be brought on board and respected.
Thank you, thank you. A big round of applause for yourselves, the audience, for taking part in this question segment. And big ups to both panelists. Right about now, without wasting much of your time, I will invite our lovely mother, yes, from SEC, to come and give detrimental marks regarding this entire motion. Madam, please step forward. Remember what I said earlier.
Wow, I've been so educated. I was just saying earlier that I always put myself in a position where I can learn more. And what you have done is really dissected the topic, and we've learned a lot, and I would like to just thank you for doing that. And I hope that everyone has benefited from this very, very deep discussion over the topic. So I'm coming from a regulator, and what we try is to influence behavior around financial management. So in terms of crypto assets, of course it's coming from the assets which are digital. And one of the areas of concern is our levels of knowledge as individuals and as a country. So, and we know that the youth are more akin to trying out investments, especially that which is coming on a smartphone. And we already had evidence. I didn't even know that we've had cases where you have been scammed. And most people, when they are scammed, actually, they don't say. So a lot of us will just be telling ourselves that that is me, but rarely are we going to actually talk about ourselves as being a victim. So there's a thing known as investment appetite. It is very good. We encourage that. Everyone must delve into investing, but only if you understand, you know, and you've built your capacity and skills to take up these products. Are you going to be safe? Because there's also a thing as risk. Every investment, whether be it in financial products or in other products, farming, property, there's risk. So we need you to understand the level of risk you are dealing with when you are investing. So in financial products, and especially a thing as crypto, which is new, we would like that you really get yourself to understand before you actually put your hard-earned money into that investment. So when we hear even the Bank of Zambia governor saying you are on your own, it's because you are on your own because, yes, crypto assets are not yet under regulation. Therefore, you are not protected, because what regulation does is give you a level of mitigation against the risk, because then we are watching those people who are actually providing those services or products. And that is what the opposition was trying to say. If the government can allow this to go on, to start protection, then there will be a level of risk mitigation for those who do not know. But in the meantime, as the government continues to assess and check whether the country is ready, yes, you are on your own, and all we are saying is be your own police. Be careful, be smart before you invest in products you do not know about it, especially skills, understanding, and knowledge about these products. So be careful. Money is hard, and whether you made it yourself or not, maybe it was gifted to you as an allowance. I'm at home. By the way, I've got children in university as well, and I'm parting out with a good amount for you to be comfortable, and you're busy overnight trading. So, and the next day you'll be, mommy, I need some money, and you won't even say it was in crypto. And these things are addictive. They promise you returns that are usually too good to be true. And you may not know. And so our advice overall, until you get to really understand and build the skills, do not, or be very careful about putting money into such investment. That's what I wanted to. That's the message. It's a cautionary message. It's an alert that only go into investments which you can understand. So they'll play on your greed, which is your high investment appetite. You become greedy because they'll make you win some. Then you become greedy and decide to put more, and usually they'll take out more than you put in ever. That is how scam happens. And when you win, you are going to be telling others about it, and you are recruiting, actually you are being a part of a larger scam. So be careful. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. A big round of applause for her. Quickly, as the afternoon progresses, we have, I think, one surprise in store for you guys. Yeah, so we have a photo booth outside where you can capture some fun memories with your colleagues or loved ones. Yeah, for reference sake. Yeah, so as we wrap up, we would want to say thank you to the Mulungushi management for the wonderful accommodation and our security, or rather, apologies for that. So we just want to say thank you for the good accommodation and service they are offering us here. On behalf of SEC Zambia, we say Twalumba, Twatotela, Zikomo for giving us an opportunity to host this event right over here. I really wanted to debate as well, but sadly speaking, my role today was different. Next time I'll give you a sneeze of how I used to debate back then. But due to time, he's the greatest opposition. Long live my brother. All right, so I believe the results are ready and the adjudicators are ready to roll and give us the team that is going to qualify to the next level. At this point in time, may I request Madam Dingase to just step forward. The union members, Patron or Matron Mulungushi University, Matron Malcom Moffat, please come forward. Come forward. I hear there is a prize for the best speakers. That's the first and second best speakers. SEC has something for you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now submit the microphone to the panel of Field of Justice, and I will invite the Chief Judge to give us the final results. This has been your professional host or moderator, Matthews Chakulunta Jr., humble don of the cell. Thank you.
Good afternoon once more. So first and foremost, would like to thank all the debaters. That was a good fight, but at the end of the day, we only have one winner. Thank to the audience as well for supporting our able debaters. So I will start with best speaker. So our best speaker for this debate was Usuma Mlenga with 21 points.
Cameras, please. On the middle, please. It's something that can change your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. A very big round of applause again, once again. That's the best speaker for this particular debate. Usuma Mulenga. Thank you.
And our second best speaker was Honorable Timothy Banda.
He seems to have a huge fan base here. He seems to have a huge fan base here. Where are the fans? Want to hear the noise? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please stand on the middle, you just take some pictures. All smiles all the way, all smiles all the way. Congratulations, Timothy. Congratulations, Timothy. Thank you.
For the final results, that's the runners-up as well as the overall results. I'll start with the runners-up. Was Malcom Moffat with 235 points.
Kindly shake hands with the high table, please. Malcom Moffat.
Malcom Moffat. Okay, and the winners are the host, Mulungushi University.
Be quick to shake hands, please. Be quick.
Obama! This is how I became president.
Kindly share with us the total points scored by Mulungushi. Please.
Okay, Mulungushi University scored 267 points.
Thank you very much, Chief Judge. May I request that Malcom Moffat should join the team so that we can just take some pictures together? May I request Malcom Moffat to join the squad in front to take pictures together? Hard luck to Malcom Moffat and congratulations to the winning team, Mulungushi University.